What's going on, game players? How are you guys doing? I want to welcome each and every last one of you guys to Listener Feedback episode number 6. I am your host, Kiaun Mitchell, and I truly want to thank you guys for stopping by to spend a little bit of time with me to go over this fantastic listener feedback. Now, if you, the listener listening right now, if you want to voice your opinions, if you want to get some things off of your chest, if you want to be a part of the next episode of Listener Feedback, you can do that 2 different ways. Either you can call in at 443-216-9934 and let your voice be heard. Or you can email the show, and the email address is, of course, the Analog Circle Podcast at gmail.com. Now, guys, I don't want to waste any time because I'm eager. I'm feeling like an eager beaver to go ahead and get into this feedback. So up first, I'm going to take it the way that they came in. We have Mr. One Subset Tekken to get things started, to get the ball rolling. What's going on, One Subset? Now, the title of this good brother's email is E3 with a question mark. Okay. He says, hello, Kiaun. Hope all is well. Hey, brother, I'm doing just fine, man. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it, One Subset. He says, this will be a quick email. Assuming that COVID-19 is under control in the next 2 years, is there a reason for another E3? Does the industry still need it? That's all for now. As always, stay safe, wash hands, wash your butt, and please wear a mask. Brother, you ain't lying about that mask. People need to take that more seriously. People trying to walk into Walmart with the mask around their chin. What kind of help is that doing for you, God dog? Anyway, he continues to say, from the little big town of Lucama, peace. Hey, One Sub said, I like this email right here, brother. And in a short answer, I would say absolutely. There is 100% room for E3. E3 to me is still a must. It's a must-have show in the gaming industry. You think about this. Think about this for a second, One Subset. Do you think that Microsoft and Sony would have taken this long to get this information out here that we're finally getting? Do you think these guys would have waited until September to tell us price points? Do you think that the Xbox Series S would have taken up until September to have been shown? And it still was a leak even when it was shown. This summer has told me, and for everybody that has said that E3 is not important, that's what I was getting to, One Subset Tekken. This summer showed me that E3, yes, it is very much so needed. You think about just the crowd reactions, man. When you watch those conferences and you see the games that are being revealed, and even though we're not there at the E3 stage, on the E3 floor, when you hear the cheers from the crowd and you see people getting pumped up, and back when they showed Shenmue 3 and the guy had his hands on top of his head like, this is unbelievable. You can't tell me that even though you're at home, it doesn't get you hyped up, man. It's just a magical time. That week of E3, it is just magic, man. It's unbelievable. And not having that over the summer, it was truly a void for me. When they did that Summer Games Fest, oh my gosh. Look, I applaud the effort. Absolutely, because they were trying to put something together. But good grief, that just wasn't the answer, brother. Not at all. You can't replicate that feeling that E3 gives you, man. It gets you so hyped up. And for people that want to say that Sony is bigger than E3, you are lying to yourself. You are absolutely lying to yourself. It is no way that even though, yeah, Sony, they pulled out of E3, said they weren't going to be on the E3 floor, but you better believe that Sony was going to be in the conversation during E3 week some kind of way. It was no way on earth that Sony was going to let Microsoft have a full week of a news cycle. They were going to do something. What that thing was that they were going to do, we'll never know. But you can believe that they were going to want to drum up a lot of hype for the PlayStation 5 as well. So for me, yes, I truly think E3 is a very strong show in the gaming industry. I think it's needed. I think that you just can't drum up that kind of excitement for a console, and especially this year. This is a console launch year, one sub said Tekken. I could see if it was maybe just another regular year, hey, maybe you could have let it slide, but I think this year was more important than any time because of the circumstances behind this year in the gaming industry with these new consoles releasing. So yeah, I would definitely say that E3 definitely needs to come back. They definitely need to just put on that show because, and I understand I'm an older gamer. I'm 41 years old. Some younger gamers might feel like, man, E3 isn't necessary. Let Microsoft throw together, some kind of trailers or something like that. But it's just the excitement, man. Having the crowd into it, seeing the reveals, in front of a crowd. It just brings a level of excitement to the gaming industry that you just can't replicate with a show like Summer Game Fest. It just doesn't work, but at least not to me. But one sub said, Tekken, I truly appreciate this email. This is a really good one. Here's the hoping that E3 does make a return because I truly think that it's necessary, man. I really think that we need that. We definitely need it. But I'm going to go ahead and move on because I think I got another one from you too this week, one sub said. I'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and move on into the next. Matter of fact, this is a voicemail. This isn't even an email. It is from my dude, Vaughn. Whoa! Haven't heard from you on the show in a while, brother. Let me go ahead and let this voicemail go ahead and rip. Take it away, Vaughn.
What's up, Kiaun? It's Vaughn from Virginia Beach, VA, checking in with you. Right off the tip, I'm just going to get right into the question. Have you ever had anything that you bought or purchased or acquired or collected, games, non-games, anything that you either sold, lost, got rid of, and then regretted it now that you think back on it, wish you still had it? Just wondering on that, real quick, what spawned this question is, or speaking of Spawn, what jumped off this question, you said something about Spawn a couple of shows ago, and it got me to thinking that something that happened with Spawn. I love Mortal Kombat. I used to go in this comic book store. This dude had this signed, autographed Mortal Kombat book that was signed by the creator of the characters. He drew the characters, Mr. Tobias, signed the book. And I used to go in this comic book store to see this comic book. And while I was in there questioning him about what he'd sell it to me, I noticed he had this new character called Spawn. I was hooked. I used to buy the characters. I had all the collectibles, every comic for the first 2 years. To this day, I couldn't tell you where any of that stuff is, and I wish I had it. I had this 12-inch Demon that was from the movie, had 2 of them, special editions. Don't have any of that stuff anymore, so that kind of got me thinking about that. Bringing it back to Mortal Kombat, the dude ended up closing the comic book store and gave me that autographed comic. So, and of course, Spawn is in Mortal Kombat, so, I love Spawn, I love Mortal Kombat. But tell me what you had, brother, and keep doing what you're doing. I'm glad the show is growing. I'm going to be here with you riding to the end. It's your boy Vaughn. I'm out. Peace.
My man Vaughn, shout out to you, brother, with the excellent question here. Has there been something? By the way, that was such a cool story, man, talking about the Mortal Kombat book and how you were keeping your eyes on it and wanted to buy it. It was signed. And finally, when he was closing up shop, he gave you the book. That is so dope, man. If you have that, Vaughn, you got to send me a picture of that over on Twitter or something, man. You got to, brother. But for me, I would say it's a few things that I lost, Vaughn. Now, I grew up in the 80s, brother. So for me, I really wish I had taken better care and kept my Thundercats, man. My Thundercats collection. Lion-O having the ring, sticking it in his back and his eyes would glow. I wish I had kept him and all of, Panthro, Chitara, Wally Cat. Man, it would have, I definitely regret that. I regret that for sure. Also the Silverhawks. I was a big fan of the Silverhawks, the Wing It. Back in the day, I had a couple of those. I wish I had kept. Let me see, man. I had the original Atari 2600. I just ripped the box to shreds. And when we moved and I had got the Nintendo, I threw it away. I threw the Atari 2600 away, ripped the box up. But as a kid, you just, I guess you don't really value it. But man, I wish I had just kept it. Even if I didn't have the box anymore, I still would have had the console. So that one kind of hurt, Vaughn. And then the Spider-Man 2077 comic book that I had signed by the guy that created it. Yeah, I really wish I'd held on to that and didn't trade it, doggone, to the guy for another comic book. I screwed up on that one, brother. That one was terrible. But you know what I really wish I had kept too, Vaughn? It was this thing on the PlayStation. It was called the Game Shark. And I know I probably wouldn't use it ever again, but I had the Game Shark. It was kind of like the Game Genie for the PlayStation. I don't know what the heck happened to that. I have no idea what happened to it, what I did with it, but I wish I had it. I wish I still have it for nostalgia reasons. And then you needed a certain PlayStation to play it on because you hooked it to the back of the PlayStation, and then that PlayStation model had went out of stock and they kind of, redid the PlayStation over again, the original, and that was gone, and I got rid of that PlayStation. I'm like, golly, I wished I was able to have held on to those two as well. I would say, I would have said the TurboGrafx 16, because when Star Fox had released it, I was doing some out-of-pocket stuff as a kid. I had got this TurboGrafx 16 from a buddy of mine named Robert. He didn't want it anymore. He had given it to me. It didn't have the box, but no, he gave it to me. He had the box. He had the box. He gave me 2 controllers. He gave me Vigilante. Of course, it came with Keith Carriage. And it was one other game. Might have been Bonk. I don't think it was Bonk. It was something else that he had given me. I wish it was Splatterhouse. Well, had been Splatterhouse, but he didn't. But what I ended up doing, this was just ridiculous. A guy in the neighborhood, he had Star Fox on the Super Nintendo, and it had just came out. He was one of those guys where his mother just bought him any and everything. And as a kid, as a 12, 13-year-old kid, you ain't got $50 to go to the store and get Star Fox. Good grief. The closest I got to Star Fox was looking at it in Nintendo Power magazine. That was as close as I got. But the polygons, the way the game looked using that FX chip that we thought was real, it was not. Back in the day, I was like, man, I gotta have this game. I gotta play it. So the guy in the neighborhood, I think his name was Nick, he had Star Fox, and I was like, hey, man, are you finished with it? He was like, man, Keys, I just got it, brother. He was like, look, I tell you what, give me a week. Let me try to beat it, and I'll let you borrow it. So I was like, all right, cool. And I'm telling you, as soon as that week was up, Vaughn, I'm talking about Saturday to Saturday, I ain't get that brother no time. I said, look, man, look. I need that game, brother. What the world do I need to do for you to give me that game? He was like, well, I don't know what you got. And I was running down a list of games that I had, and he was like, nope, got that. Nope, got that. Nope, I don't need that. And I don't want to play that. I was like, all right, man, look, listen, man. Okay, how about I trade you the Turbo. This is so stupid. I'll trade you. This came out of my mouth, Vaughn. I will trade you my TurboGrafx 16 for doggone Star Fox. He looked at the TurboGrafx 16. He was like, man, all of this for just the game? I was like, yeah, I gotta play it. I need it. He was like, man, done deal. Here you go. And walked away with the TurboGrafx 16. And as I'm playing the game Star Fox, I'm having a wonderful time, Vaughn. It's fantastic. I'm loving it, brother. It's great. Then, as time kind of went on, right, Vaughn, as reality set in, I said, wait a second. Hold on. You mean to tell me I traded my TurboGrafx 16 for one game? I was so depressed. I tried to go back to him, right? I tried to do a, I want it back kind of deal, but he was like, black, no trade back. He wasn't giving it up, and I couldn't be mad. And there was no way I was going to get my parents involved because it was something I did to myself. So I had to eat that one. That one hurt. That hurt a lot because it was some great games that I was able to get on my own on the TurboGrafx as time went on, being able to trade the Hue cards and what. Nah, I didn't trade any Hue cards. I'm lying to you on that, Vaughn. I was just able to get a few games on my own, though, with other people's money because I was broke. But yeah, man, that one stung. But thankfully, though, shout out to Renee. She was able to find me one, I guess it's been about 2 years ago now, a TurboGrafx 16 in the box, in the plastic, mint condition. So I was able to get it back. But man, that would have been the biggest regret I would have ever had. Thank goodness for eBay, brother. My gosh. But yeah, Vaughn, I truly loved this question, brother. This is great. I think everybody has made a bad trade or got rid of something or didn't appreciate it while they had it. And then you look back and you're like, dang, why didn't I just hold on to it? Why didn't I? So, Vaughn, I want to thank you again, brother, for sending this in. This was fantastic. Man, I can't thank you enough for your support. Riding with me till the wheels fall off. It means so much to me, brother. And, trust me when I say it's greatly appreciated. I look forward to you writing in again, and please continue to keep the fantastic questions coming, my good brother. Let's go ahead and get into now, man. We have a new person here. Matter of fact, he's not new, but he hasn't written in a while. Mr. Crimson Phoenix has wrote into the show. He says, hello, my friend. He says, Crimson Phoenix here. Just want to answer your question. I'm in the Xbox ecosystem first and foremost, and I'm going to go out on a limb to say your audience is as well. Therefore, giving codes out for Nintendo. Oh, okay. Giving codes out for Nintendo or PlayStation. Well, in short, no one's there to redeem them as far as you giving anything away. I like the opportunity to win a prize now and then, but you don't have to keep me listening. You don't have to keep me Wow, that's nice of you, brother. He says, Thank you for all you do. Crimson Phoenix, brother, man, that's very, very kind of you, brother. That kind of took me aback a little bit. The brother said I don't have to give out prizes for him to keep listening. That means a lot, man. Thank you so much for the very, very kind words, brother. I'm glad that you enjoy the podcast enough where it doesn't, it doesn't have to rely on me giving out the codes, for you to listen. So thank you so much for that, brother. That's a good point, man. And that's another question I would like to ask. Do you guys that listen, are you guys mostly Xbox players or PlayStation or Nintendo? Because I have all three, and I know that not everybody has all three because they prefer, certain console over the other. But I would like to know, do you guys have multiple consoles that listen to the show, or are you guys mainly made up of Xbox? Maybe, I don't want to say fans, but you prefer Xbox over the other two. But yeah, Phoenix, man, Crimson Phoenix. I'm trying to get your name together, brother. Golly, Crimson Phoenix. Please continue to write in, brother. It's really, really good to hear from you again, man. Don't make it your last time. It's always great to get the feedback from you. And trust me when I tell all of y'all, getting the feedback from y'all means so much. It truly, truly does, man. So, yeah, Crimson, please write in again, good brother. But we are to our final email this week, and it once again comes from Mr. One Subset Tekken. Now, the title of his email, and to close us out, is Bag of Junk. Oh, shucks. He says, hello, Kiaun. Hope all is well with you. It is, brother. He says, I took a break last week doing some pleasure traveling. Oh, nice. He says, let me say this off the back. Keep doing your giveaways. Oh, okay. Keep doing your giveaways. I think it's a good idea to give back. And that's all I'm trying to do, One Subset. I'm telling y'all, when I say that I appreciate you guys, I just want to show it, man, because you guys support me, and it means the world to me, man. It truly does. But let me get back to your email here, One Subset. He says, it's just my opinion. Give it till March, and if you're finding they're not being redeemed, I'd end it then. Okay, give it till March. That's good advice. He says, moving forward, in a perfect world, I would love for Microsoft to pick up Sega for my selfish reasons at Ubisoft. Oh, One Subset, I bet you would, brother. Virtual Fighter bound. I hear you, man. He says, think of all those games these two companies put out, and if they have the backing of Microsoft, the sky is the limit. He says, I know it's a dream, but as you and Danny Pena have said, let me dream. Shout out to Danny for that. I got that from him, man. He says, it's just my thoughts. LOL. Now, moving along to Phil Spencer and his clapping back. Oh, man, that joker clapped, didn't he, man? He did an Incredible Hulk clap, brother. Well, he might not have went that hard. I ain't gonna give him that much credit, but he definitely clapped back, though. He says, as far as Phil Spencer and his clapping back about how they make that $7 billion back, just think about what Microsoft has in store for the next generation. Things we don't know we want. As a gamer, we win. You're absolutely right about that. He says, finally, is it just me that is excited that Rain, Melina, I think that's Melina, and Rambo are coming to Mortal Kombat 11. Oh, shucks. Man, you and Vaughn, brother. You two brothers with Mortal Kombat, man. God, dog. He says, Rain might be a Class B character in the whole MK lore, but he's one that I've enjoyed playing with. Well, that's all. Golly, I'm butchering your email, One Subset. Golly, reading is fundamental, people. He says, well, that's all on my mind. From the quiet town, of Sebring, Florida. What the world? Oh, he said, don't worry, I'm just visiting. Hey, man, you threw me off with that one. What's up, son? I'm about to say, wait a second, brother, you moved. You moved down to Florida? Whoa. But you did say at the beginning of the email that you were on vacation. You did say that. But man, I love this email, brother. Thank you again. I'm telling you, when I hear from y'all, man, y'all brothers, y'all really help me to power through. I am dead serious, man. You said you were traveling, by the way. You didn't say vacation, but traveling. Usually that means vacation. You know what I'm talking about. What's up, Set? But, yeah, man, Rambo. I meant to bring him up on the last episode of the podcast, but I forgot. I didn't really see what he's able to do. Is he using his bow and arrow? Is he using the bazooka or whatever? Cause Rambo, let me tell y'all, man, good grief. Stallone in the 80s, for me, this guy was legendary, man. From the Rocky movies to the Cobra movie to Rambo to Over the Top. I was such a huge Stallone fan. I still am to this day. I absolutely, man, that guy, good grief. I had my father, and he was definitely a hero to me growing up, but man, Stallone and his pictures, man, Rocky, that's just an iconic character for me. Because when I was in school, and you know, everybody, when you're in school, you're gonna fight eventually. Man, when I was about to get the fight, I was starting hearing the Rocky music, brother. Man, I was like getting myself pumped up. Gotta go ahead, do what I gotta do and get it done. But man, it was just, God, dog, just amazing. Now he's in Mortal Kombat 11, and they even said that he actually voiced the character. So that's even more cool that he actually, golly, think about it. Hold on. Terminator, I don't think he's in Mortal Kombat, is he? I think he was in Gears. I think I'm getting them mixed up. I was about to say you could have Stallone and Schwarzenegger go at it with each other, but nah, that's not quite it, I don't think. But yeah, man, listen, man, I'm I'm all over the place with this email, but yeah, I'm gonna give it till March. I'm gonna continue to do it. Yeah, let me start there. That's a good place to start. Yeah, I'll definitely continue to do the giveaways. I probably have one up on the show coming up this week. And I want to thank you guys too, man. Shout out to you guys for writing in. You know, One Subset Tekken, Crimson Phoenix, and Vaughn. Thank you guys, really for writing in. But getting to your point, your email, One Subset. Yeah, I'll give it till March, man, and hopefully you guys will redeem them and able to use them, because I spend the money on them because I appreciate y'all, man. That's all it is. You know, I ain't to get all soppy and all heartfelt and all of that stuff. It's not to do all of that, but it's just like, man, to have people actually supporting you, tuning in, giving you feedback, positive feedback. I mean, I can take the negative feedback too, you know, but I appreciate that, you know, you guys don't go there. That's always great. But, yeah, it's just to show some appreciation to y'all. Let y'all know that, hey, I appreciate y'all for rocking out with your guy, man. But yeah, man, I guess, oh, and you were talking about Ubisoft and Sega. Yeah, man. I mean, good gosh, man. That rumor is still going on about them picking up Ubisoft. Can you imagine? Wait a minute. One Subset. Hold on, brother. Okay. Sega is one thing. To pick up Sega is okay. That's a big one. They got some bangers. They got Virtual Fighter. They got Golden Axe, Sonic, which is one of their bigger characters, along with like several other IPs. They got the Yakuza series, along with Phantasy Star. I mean, they got a roster of games. But you compare that to the possibility of Microsoft actually getting Ubisoft. Oh, whoa! It's a stark difference, brother. You're talking Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs, Prince of Persia, Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, Rayman. I mean, they got so many IPs. It's almost like a like a Bethesda situation. Can you imagine all of those studios under one roof being Microsoft? Oh my gosh. You want to talk about, I don't know, brother. That just might be A1 subset. That might be a little overkill, man. I don't know. The fan in me wants to see it. I do. I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't or wouldn't want to see that and just see how the internet would just do a complete meltdown. It would be an awesome day. It would be great just to see it. But golly, man, I don't know. One subset, Microsoft in the gaming space might start looking like a real conglomerate, man. I mean, all of these different studios, that would be 2 publishers that they would be picking up. I just think that's man, oh man, that would almost be to the point where it wouldn't even be fair almost to Sony or Nintendo to try to compete. Can you imagine how many games would come out each year for the Xbox brand or the xCloud or PC? I mean, they would flood the market. They already have like 23 studios as it is right now. And they buy Ubisoft? Oh my gosh. That would just be unprecedented, brother. And it's interesting because when you go back in history and you think about their relationship with Ubisoft, I would say they've been pretty close with them, because going back to the OG Xbox, remember Splinter Cell was an exclusive excuse me, on the Xbox, on the original Xbox, and Sam Fisher was kind of looked at as the Solid Snake for the Xbox, and it was an amazing game. I bought all 3 of those on the original Xbox. I think you had the first one, you had no, one of those was on the 360, I think, that I got, but it was the one where you were a double agent. Wasn't that 360? I think it was. But I was a huge fan of Sam Fisher, but yeah, they've been pretty tight with each other, but man, I don't know. One subset, that's a big one, brother. Good gosh. Microsoft will have to just slow down, man. Talking about going full throttle, man. Good gosh. Could Sony still compete? I mean, that's a heck of a handicap when you possibly got 2 whole publishers that won't be on your platform. And Nintendo, well, we know Nintendo is going to do what Nintendo does. They ain't going to bend rules. They're going to do what they want. But, sheesh, I don't know, man. That's a lot of big IPs. But, yeah, man, one subset. I feel like I'm dragging right now, brother. I feel like I'm taking longer than I need to, brother. My bad. But it's just a good question, man. All of you guys have really good questions and points this week, and I appreciate it, man. I really, really do. But shucks, man, that's gonna wrap it up, though, man. One subset. I think you've taken us out a few times on the listener feedback, and you've done it again, brother. So please continue to write in. It's greatly, greatly appreciated, brother. It's fantastic to hear from you, and I hope you're enjoying your time down in Florida, man. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this week, man. Not too much. Oh, by the way, before we get up out of here, if you guys were interested, Scorn, the game Scorn, it actually has a brand new 13-minute gameplay demo up that you can look at. And the game, it just continues to look like some H.R. Geiger or Giger. I always get his name wrong. I don't know if it's Geiger or Giger. But it has his art style to a T. Like the game, I don't know if you ever played it, and I probably talked about it before, but Darkseid, back on the Sega, I'm about to say Sega Master System, golly, the Sega CD, and it was on the Amiga 500 back in the day. But yeah, it's kind of like that in the first person perspective. Of course, it looks way better. but it has that crazy art style to it. But yeah, guys, I guess that is going to wrap it up for this week. And thank you guys again for tuning in. Really, really means a lot, man. And like you had mentioned before, Vaughn, a little earlier, excuse me, the show, it has been growing, man, and it's because of you guys. I truly appreciate it so much, that you guys are spreading the word about the Analog Circle, and you guys are just, riding out with me on this adventure that we're on, man. It truly, truly means a lot, and I can't thank you guys enough, man. Thank y'all so much. But I don't want to ramble on too much longer, so we gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. And with that being said, man, you guys get out there, play some games, and enjoy yourself. You guys take care till the next time. Bye-bye.